Well, here we are again. Will I get my Christmas present done before Christmas? Seems like every year I build myself a Christmas present. This is that hole that I poked into it, bending the landing gear wire, and it'll disappear. It's just a pain in the butt. So last night, about 2 o'clock in the morning, I couldn't sleep. I got up and I built these wheel pants, wheel skirts. They're not quite as snazzy as wheel pants, but they're sure a heck of a lot lighter. And if you remember, I bent those wires with a kink in it so that these wheel pants were unable to turn on the wire because that normally happens. And I don't care if you epoxy it on or not. You just bend a kink in them and it kind of keys them in. Now the other Viper behind me just has straight like wheel legs. It doesn't have pants like this. It did bring up the weight of the airplane some. It's at 49 ounces now. So we're going to add a couple coats of clear. It'll be 52, 53 ounces. There just is no way around it. It's just too much airplane here. But that's okay. It's at least 10 ounces lighter than everybody else. And it does make a difference. Them guys that say that it doesn't can blow smoke up your skirt all day long till you fly a light airplane. You know, I knew about this stuff. I knew about all this stuff in the 90s when I designed this airplane. That lighter is better because Ron was preaching it to me at the time. And I don't know. I just didn't think it mattered. Well, it does. So building other people's stuff, other people's airplanes, I didn't think that 70 ounces was a big deal. It is. It is a huge deal. Just look what Charles says about my Junar XL, and it's 50, I think it's 56 ounces when he flew it. And people that say that light airplanes won't fly in the wind are absolutely incorrect. Depends how it's set up. So we're going to get 3 coats of clear dope on this and silk span these skirts. Normally I just use CA on, this CA finish, but this time I'm going to go ahead and do the light finish on it. I ordered some more brushes from Dick Blick like this because they were so good. I suppose this would still work for signs, but I need to get out and paint some windows is what I need to do. But here I am. I get I get wrapped up in this stuff and I just can hardly drag myself away until it's finished. But we're going to go out and paint some Christmas windows here shortly. I got to come up with some decent characters. Anyway, this is what the skirt looks like. It didn't add too much weight to it. They're just 1/8 inch pieces of balsa, three layers. Hello, we'll go for it. So we'll get 3 coats on this, and I got the soak span. We'll get them soak spanned up and get 3 more coats on them, and then we'll get them, paint them blue, and I'll get these done today. I'm not sure how much of this you guys want to see me do. I mean, that's the bad thing about doing these live streams. You know, there's a lot of waiting, a lot of figuring, nobody to talk to. So that's basically why I don't stream 100% of the build, because it's just too boring. But it kind of gives you an idea of my thought process, how I do stuff. And trust me, you guys like Yogi and them other guys, you know, think that I'm a great builder. Yeah, I'm a good builder, but there are many good builders at the Nationals, I'm telling you. There's some really super craftsmen. If you're looking for carbon type airplanes, a Tryon with his whatever he calls that thing, he's a good craftsman with carbon. For wood, Paul Walker, Howard Rush, Phil Granderson was great when he was alive. Wendy Urtanowski, Bob Hunt, Ted Fancher. Heck, even Brett Buck with his Boxcar Chief, whatever they call that thing, is Infinity. It's, you know, good workmanship. Don't like the design, but the workmanship is, you know, right on. Everybody in that book, in that stunt history book, was right on top of their game as far as building. And I think that the airplanes of the 60s, 70s, and 80s were better than they are today. Yeah, Steve Berry is doing them. He'll be on here probably shortly. I got no idea when the plans are ready. I get asked for them at least once a day. He's working on them in CAD. And as soon as they become available, I will do a video and post it on Stunt Hanger on how to get them. Well, I wish this stuff dried faster. I think it's going to be time for a tire change. Now these tires here have see how they're angled? At least that one is. This is the outboard tire. When you come down, the angle of the airplane is the outboard wheel hits first, and this outboard wheel always wears goofy. So I got some new tires from John, and I will probably try to struggle to get these tires repaired on here. I think these were Max Products tires. We'll give John's tires a try. So if you're looking for these tires for these Max product wheels. John Jordan has them. And he has them at a reasonable rate. Really reasonable, I think. I think they were $15 a pair. Or, I don't know. Even if they were $20 a pair, you can't find them. So don't be cheap. I was looking around today. I went to the Williams Brothers site because the best tail wheel I can't find anymore. I mean, it's like they fell off the planet. So I tried the factory, but to no avail. That's these little wheels right here. That's a Williams Brothers scale 3/4 inch wheel. That's the best tail wheel out there. And I'm down to my last two. And anybody knows where to buy them, let me know, and I'm going to buy 10 of them. 5 packs. And if I could get these MPI wheels again, I'd buy 10 sets of those. Because these are nice. I like them. I should have bought more when I could. Tom Morris used to sell these for $5 a piece, the wheel. $5 a piece. And people were complaining about it. You can't get them at any price now. So that's coat number 2. It's almost drying up to sand. Sand, put another coat on it, and then hit the soak span on it. And that's coat number 3 on this. We'll do 2 more, 5, and then sand it, and then I'll blow some light blue on it. It'll disappear. Couldn't believe that. Bending the wire, boink, right through the wing. Just a little tiny BB-sized hole in it from the end of the 1/8 inch music wire. I got to get clear on this thing. I've got to start getting it locked up. 4/0 steel wool. Knock it down so you can't feel it. Put the big one in there. I'm going to go over this whole airplane with this. We want a super finish on this baby. I probably need to sand it right there. Gotta go get some tack cloths, tack rags. We might get clear on it this week. And I can start inking it. There we go. It's dry enough. Remember, get your 24 support badges on Stunhanger. Just go on there and tap the icon. That'll take you to PayPal. You can get your support, send your support, and I will award your badge. Help me keep Stunhanger going. God, it's just such a struggle this year. I know why. I don't dare say because people will whine, but something don't happen, I'll have to shut her down. Wouldn't that be a shame? I think I need to start downloading a backup in case that does happen. I just don't have the money. I'm not working. Wish I could get on a 10-year plan, raise a bunch of money and pay 10 years and not have to worry about it, or 5 years. What is that? This is 400 grit sandpaper here, but I'm just trying to close the grain in this wood. Give it the paper a little tooth so it can stick to it. Now back in the days of DC 540, shit, I'd have just put some CA on it, hit it with some DC 540 and sprayed it. But because I don't have that anymore, I got to do it this way. We'll get them painted today, though. I'll get this painted and the repair painted. That way it'll be 100%. And then I got to find a place to put this thing. I got no place to hang this thing. I have to have a big shop cleanup just to get a place to put this thing. What's the setup you're using with the ST60? As far as what? Fuel, prop, Venturi? It's a pretty... First off, my Super Tiger 60s are high zoot. They're Brian Gardner ABC liners. However, Super Tiger 60s run just perfect box stocks. But I am running Brian Gardner 60s, which is an ABC liner, gets rid of the ring. One head shim, I think they're 15,000. I run Sig Champion fuel. Well, they can't get Sig Champion fuel no more, so the fuel is 10% castor, 10% clots, 5% nitro, 5 to 10, depending on what you want, and the rest methanol. So you can make it, because that's what we're doing, is making our own fuel anymore. Then I run a 13.6 rev up propeller. As far as I'm concerned, that's the only prop that works on a Super Tiger. But you know, you may have your favorite, and they are hard to get. And I use a Randy Smith Venturi. Don't ask me the size because I don't care. I just say send me a Venturi, Randy, and that's what I get. But you can get Venturis from Jim Lee that are like the one in this one is a Jim Lee Venturi. Randy Smith needle valve. And the glow plugs we used to run in or ran in them was Thunderbolts, but you can't get those no more. So the OS number 4s work okay if you can get those. When Mike Goes Flying had plugs at one time at a reasonable price, I was using some of those. Now, as far as RPM goes, they sound to me, because I don't use attack, they sound to me like about 8,800, 85 to 8,800 when I let them go. And they unload in the air, and they just go through a hard, fast 4. They don't break. If you listen to my videos when I'm flying. Now, as far as the muffler goes, they run better on the tube muffler, but maybe your airplane will be too nose heavy with a tube muffler. And I was using the Scott Dinger tube muffler, but you can run them on the tongue muffler. That's what's on this one, and that's what's on that one. Because with a tube muffler, it would be just way too nose heavy. So if you're a painter, you can run a tube muffler no problem. Because my Junar XL runs really good on a tube muffler, but it's a little heavier. It's 3 ounces heavier than these models. So whenever the weight goes up, the CG moves back, so you can run a tongue muffler. But I've been running Super Tiger 60s since they came out. I think it was in the late 60s, early 70s. I run Super Tiger of some type, you know, either a 46 or 60, mostly 60s though. Yeah, we had 60s in the 70s. But back then I also ran McCoy 40s. I really liked the way the McCoy 40 ran. The bad thing about it was they just didn't last. I also run a G2135 combat motor as a stunt engine, and it ran perfect. It ran perfect as a stunt motor. Just with a small Venturi in it. Well, where are we at here? Smooth as a baby's butt. This is called force finish. So we're not waiting for a day or whatever. I'm just gonna knock this off, hit it with another coat, and put the tissue on it. I'll wait all damn day. Now the shape of these came off my high roller. By the way, anybody looking for any airplanes, good airplanes, I'm not going to sell them with the engines, but looking for good airplanes, I got 10 of them I can sell. Just tell me what size motor you want to work with, and I got them. Now the two small ones, I would sell my Tucker Special, I'd sell my Nobler. I'm not going to sell my Continental, because then I'd have to build another one, which I might do anyway. Can you find some Brian Gardner upgrade for the G21? Well, I have a G21 46 with a, I'll show you the liner here. This is the engine that's going to go in my Juno when I build it. This is a brand new G21 46, brand new, never been run. But I'm going to take that liner out, put it in one of the old cases, and put in the Brian Gardner G21 46 piston and liner. I got 5 of these. I got 5 G21 46s. This one's kind of for parts. Oh, this is, no, I only got 4 because this is a G21 35 or C35. That's no good. This one here is another G21 46 for 35. I don't think he makes them for 35. Now I'm not quite sure, but I don't even think that he makes them. I think he gets them made out of Ukraine. But don't quote me on that because I'm not sure. But whoever's doing it does a super good job. I mean, they are nice. High quality, reasonable price. $100 a liner or whatever. I cannot complain with the quality. The fit, they're just perfect. Okay, I think this one will be ready for tissue as soon as this dries. Look on the other one. Does anyone? Not that I know of, to be honest with you. You know, these top dog machinists could do it, but there's no money in it. That's why they don't do it. And when there is money in it, everybody whines at how much it costs. You can't do that. An example, Casminato was making these carbon fiber tanks. 28,000 yen. About 100 and some odd dollars. Plus shipping. I never said to him, $100? Can you do it for 75? Like you can't be cheap. These people are making these products that you can't get anywhere, and you can't whine about the price. That's why I quit selling hinges. Hey, RC, thank you. You just gotta, if the guy wants $100 for it or whatever, you just gotta pay it, and if you want it, and that's it. you don't want it, don't buy it. Just don't whine, because that ruins it for everybody else. We need to give one more coat on that before I sand it. I really think those highlights I did last night are going to pop when I get the clear on it. I might write Simply Blues on the bottom. I just don't know yet. Got to make up my mind today if I'm going to do that. Reason being is get the clear going, you know. I don't want to put Simply Blues over a coat of clear. I want to do it under a coat. Because I'm working on the clear right now that goes on this airplane, and this is all there is. I'm going to fill it back up with thinner, and when it's gone, we're done clearing. I know you guys don't believe me, but you can ask John. I mean what I say. I get to a certain weight, and I'll stop painting. I don't care what the airplane looks like. I'll rub it out and doctor it up and make it look as good as possible. But when we're done, when I'm hit that number, we're done painting. Talking to Howard the other night, I said, Howard, why don't you know do this? And he said, well, it doesn't look good. Well, what do you want? Light or look good? You're not going to get both. Just ain't happening. So let's close enough. Where did it go? It's over here. Yeah. Yeah, I use Windex. Dries faster than water because there's alcohol in it. It's rubbed down real good because we're going to do some graphics on this. I don't want the tissue to. Hello, Henry. I don't want the tissue to pull up. I'm running the heater there. I don't know if you can hear it. To try to warm it up here so this dope will dry faster. This is the 1-day finish on these babies. We're not going to make a big major project out of this. And if I was urethane, it wouldn't even matter. You just put it down and dip it in some urethane. We'll give her a dip. Give her a dip. Give her a dip. Hang on a second. I hear somebody going on. If you finish the airplane and just clear dope, no pigment. Not much. I mean, colored dope is slightly heavier, but you wouldn't be able to tell the difference in weight, really. Hang on a second. Oh, that's the yard boy having some plants removed in the front. Now, if you're Kenny Stevens and you do your normal clear finish or whatever, how much would it add? He does clear, it adds a bunch because he uses a gallon of clear. I think what happened when Wendy was going, doing all his pro stunt videos, he was advocating for all that, you know. And don't get me wrong, Wendy's finishes are absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But they ain't 6-ounce finishes. They ain't 8-ounce finishes. They ain't 10-ounce finishes. I just don't believe it. The airplanes are just too heavy. But they're beautiful. Okie dokie. So we got that on there. First bit of silk span. Let's do the inside now. Okay, well, hang on a second. Now, if you want to finish super light, I can't do it. I've tried it a bunch. I got the stuff to try again. Japanese tissue covering. The reason why it's lighter than anything else, it's a handmade, tightly woven paper that has a finish on it, some type of lacquer or something holding it together. That's why there's a shiny side and a dull side. And it only takes 3 coats of clear dope to make Japanese tissue ready for paint. And as I've stated in the past, Jerry Phelps was going to teach me how to do it. But he passed away before I got to get down there and learn how to do it. The old free flight guys. There's a lot to learn from different disciplines in our hobby. You know, watch what the free flight guys are doing for different reasons. You know, free flight guys are actually the best trimmers because the only thing controls them is the surfaces. So there's, you know, principles to learn from the free flight guys on that. And they know how to build light too. But see, when you hear people say, "Well, you know how to build light," not really. I know where to buy the light wood. You know, that's about it. You want to use, you know, less pieces, less glue, but it all starts with the wood and how you put the wood together. why my tagline, finish starts with the first piece of wood cut. Every part has to be exact. Otherwise, you're adding putty and filler and all kind of nonsense to make up for your mistake of not making a good cut or not making a good part, you know. Now these wheel skirts, like I say, were built from I did it at 2 o'clock in the morning here. And we're gonna have them finished today. So not even one day, like a half a day to build wheel skirts. But we don't want it hanging over that much. Don't mind it hanging over, but I don't want an inch hanging over. Now, how these wheel pants are made, you get the idea, or wheel skirts, you get the idea you want, and you draw it out, and then you butt up. I made 3 layers of this, so I made 6 of these pieces that look like this. And then I laid the wire on top of it and traced along the wire to where to cut it out. And I just C8 them all together. There's no epoxy in this at all. The reason being is we have that little hoop-de-doo bend in the wire to hold it from spinning. So they're captured. I mean, this is a good looking way to do things. I used to do it with the 64th ply, but it's just too heavy. 64th ply makes a nice finish. I got a pair right here that I used. These came off my high roller. These are heavy. These are 64th ply and basswood. And that's why they're not on the high roller. And I took 2 ounces off my airplane when I remade them in my normal way of balsa and okay. So we got this one covered. I'll let it set while I cover the other one. But when I'm done covering the other one, we'll sand this one, put another coat on it. It should be ready to paint. I hear a mouse eating. Yeah. I have to get my cats up here. You guys are falling down on the job. Falling down on the job, guys. All right, the grain is filled on that. That's nice. It's nice and shiny. So I'll just do another covering job here. Yeah, my buddy Danny's fallen off the planet. I don't know if John's building anymore. Got to be dedicated. John's a good builder. Okay. Let's see what Keith has to say. Can't read that little print that far away. He says, so many guys are doing composite stuff. Well, what do you consider extremely light? So many guys are doing composite stuff, but is there any examples out there that exist that with that size of airplane of the Viper that is less than 60 ounces? Well, I think Doran's airplane is less than 60 ounces, but I don't know. Well, Doran's airplane is a fine piece of engineering, and he does a great job of executing the fiberglass. I don't like it. It has the wrong numbers. It's way too long. But that's personal preference. He likes it, so there's other guys that swear by it too. Just too long. I think it's got a 22-inch tail moment. Way too long. If you shorten it up, it could be even lighter. I understand that the mold is hard to make, and once you're committed, you're sunk. So you're kind of stuck. But he does a fine job of building it. It's if I had any carbon questions, it would be to Doran. I'm online. What's up? Package. Thank you. Let me see what I got. I think I got some of them brushes. Okay. Boy, these are heavy. Yeah, we got errands. We need don't need any of that rent the furniture. See what we got here. That's heavy because they sent me a catalog. The Blick catalog. So I got these set of 4. These are synthetic hair. These are flat sign painters brushes, 18 bucks. We'll give them a whirl and see how they work. I got these 4 for the cost of 1 Kafka. So, like I say, I'm getting ready to do some windows, so I need a different set of brushes. These are for watercolors. Let me put this by my sign box. I got the carbon black coming. I got to go to Lowe's and get me some eggshell interior white. I got the colors. I got the green, the red, and all that other shit. But you guys remember, I'm a motorcycle mechanic, but I'm going to go out and paint some windows, paint some signs, stripe some cars. You're not going to be striping in this weather, but you know what I mean. I'm out of motorcycles because I'm tired of whiners. My bike! My bike! Of course, I could go back to welding and fabricating like I was doing. I can basically do whatever I want. Just very fortunate, you know. I said, "Well, you're overqualified." What do you mean? That's a polite way for them to say, "We don't need you." Okay, whatever. I haven't looked for a job in 6 months, though, so about time for me to do it again. I got to support Stunhanger somehow. Let's see. I fight to build light, but I have not. I fight to build light, but I have not seen any examples of anything that is extremely light. Well, extremely light for this size airplane would be 40 ounces. That would be extremely light. I'm lucky to crack 50. And it's all in the wood that we got. Just can't win. I got to line on some more contest wood. And when I say contest wood, that ain't the new contest wood standard. It's the old standard 4 to 6. Now it's, what is it, 8 to 10? Whatever shit. Total crap. When you go to the hobby shop, if they got 1-inch blocks, if they got half-inch pieces of wood, if they got quarter, they got 16, whatever sizes, even if you don't need it, if they got it, you better buy it if it's cheap. And when I say cheap, I don't mean extremely cheap. I just mean $17 a sheet. They're going to be, you know, National Balsa charging $17 a sheet. I will never pay that for wood. I don't care. And it's not even, they don't even guarantee it to be 2-pound wood or 3-pound. It's 4 to 6. You know, it's, I got wood in here marked at 23 cents a sheet for 16th, 4 to 6 pound. Of course, it's quite old. I need to go through all my wood again and grade it and get it stacked up and reorganized, because, you know, I took a bunch to Dayton. I've had a bunch come in. I got boxes over there that haven't even unpacked. And see just how many airplanes I got left to build, how much wood I got. Because I'm not building any lumber wagons. You know, if it's 7-pound wood, it ain't going on my airplane. I'll sell that wood to the RC guys or whatever. You know, it's not junk, but it's not what I want. Now, the free flight guys, the indoor free flight guys, are paying $100 a pound or whatever. It's ridiculous. A pound of wood gets you quite a bit. So what are we in about? What is going on here? New personal message. I'm bringing back an order in 4 weeks, 5 pounds. I'll take it. Okay, well, I'll get to Elliot here in a minute after I get off of this. Okay. Okie dokie. Yeah, these are coming out nice. I got a I sanded them really good. Got a nice shape to them. I didn't screw up on the shape. Thank you, Terry. My last order from Riley that I got was during the Thunderbolt build before he burned down. And I might have 1 or 2 pieces left of 3/8. I ordered a big box of 3/8 balsa. I told him, go out there in the yard and find the lightest 3/8 shit you got. And he did. I mean, so let's give this a little tip tap here. This is the hole I repaired from the wire. We're going to have a repair on the other Viper on the stabilizer, where I burned it with my buffer on the stabilizer. That's good. Get over here. New comments. What's new? Where'd the mouse go? There it is. Yeah, it's upside down. It's upside down. We're putting on landing gear now. We're doing the landing gear. Give her a quick sand and another coat of dope. Load her up. So I think I got, what have I got coming from Amazon today? No, my carbon black won't come till tomorrow. I gotta go over to Lowe's and get me some eggshell interior paint. Might do that tomorrow. This is Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. I guess I could wait till Friday. Then I gotta get to Harbor Freight on the 20th. Dope. Get me that $100 ladder where they lost $50 on that deal. Stupid ass. I think the notes are going to go on this. I'll paint the note on this in black. I'm not going to do them up on the wings. A B flat. Of course, I don't know. We may not. Hopefully, we get all this shit done before next year. I don't want to be coming up on the season and going, oh shit, I ain't done yet. The reason why the Aegis hasn't flown is I don't have a motor. My PA 65s and 65 and 61 are just tired. They just can't get them started. So I got a good airplane there for PA 61 or 65. I'll sell. It's a good airplane. It's the same numbers as my Junar XL. I just don't have an engine for it. Unless somebody wants to sell me a PA 61 or 65. A good one, because I bought two of them. They're both bummers. They're both worn out. Errands on Lee May Ferry. What kind of good stuff can we get now? Nothing. Rent to own furniture. $19 a week. Yeah, I don't think so. 104 weeks at $18. Equipment, top load washer dryer, $15 a week. It amazes me that people actually do that. $15 a week. Let's see. Get a new. You got a new 1987 KNB 61. Well, if that was a good motor for me, I would buy it, but not what I'm looking for. I gotta have a PA 61 or 65 because that's what the airplane's drilled for. Now, supposedly the Rojet fits right in there, but I don't have $400 to spend on a Rojet. Maybe if I get back to work again, I can swing a Rojet. I don't want to run my credit card debt up so high that I can't handle it. I had it all paid off. It's now up to about 4,000, going to be 5,000 here shortly. And then a new stun hanger will be up to 7,000. That's why I need the help, guys. Get over there and hit the donate button on stun hanger. I ain't got that much. I don't have that much money anymore. Well, you guys are seeing how fast I'm finishing these. I mean, fast as the dope dries, we put another coat on. Then when it dries for the last time, I'll sand it. It'll be glazed and shoot the blue on it. And then it'll get cleared when the rest of the airplane gets cleared. Here's another thing. I have 1 quart of paint to do all my stuff with. This is all the paint that's on this airplane. This is what I mixed up originally. So we're down a little bit here. This is my top coat. When this paint is gone, I'm done painting. So actually this started out as a half a quart, then filled up with thinner. So this is my top coat. So what I'm getting at is if you have a choice, you got to have enough on the bottom, the 3 coats on the bottom, to get the paper to stick. Would you rather paint more of your quart of paint on top of the color or on the bottom of the color? If it was me, I'd rather paint it on top of the color. So, you know, get all your business done with as least amount of paint on the bottom, get the color on it, and put the most paint you can on top of that color so that you got something to polish to. So you don't do like I did on the stabilizer on that when I let it get dry and burn the paint right off. It burned the clear right off. It didn't burn just down, it burned everything off. So I got a repair on that one. And don't take it too serious. Everything can be fixed. It's just how much work do you want to do? Starting to fill here. Hey, thank you, Jonathan. Super sticker. Yay. Let's stick it for him. This job is so hard. Believe me. To be a boob tuber. If I was doing stupid shit, it wouldn't be, but I'm not, so you're stuck with it. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I'm trying to turn all this shit into plastic is what's happening. So I hope I answered your question on different materials. Like I say, Doran does a great job with composites. Of course, he was in the propeller business, so he should know something about composites. There's just no money in it. No money in all this stuff, and everybody whines about how much it costs. I think maybe I need to use 320 on that instead of 400. How to make $1 million in this hobby? Start with 10. Start with 10. I appreciate. Well, thank you very much. I try. I work pretty hard at this. I try to do one show a day, sometimes 2 or 3 or what, All depends on how I feel. Okay, we're going to give this one more coat, but this is a sanded wheel pant. It will look just fine. It's 400, 180, 320. Let's get to 320. The paper load's pretty good when you're trying to rush it like this. So basically, this is what I'm doing today, finishing up this stuff off. I'll show you the repair on the wing when I shoot the light. It'll disappear. It'll disappear. It's just a pain in the butt that you got to repair all these little spots. I think on this airplane, I have more repair spots than I've ever had on any other Beamer. And the reason being is I have less paint on it. You see, what difference does that make? Well, I tell everybody that the actual strength does not come from the covering, from the paper. It comes from the dope. About the time I get some, 3 coats of clear on it, it'll be puncture resistant, not puncture proof. I think when I build that Juno, I'm going to cover it in polyspan because we intend on flying that in the grass. Bruce Jennings does a nice job on his Junos, but they're covered in monkey coat, so. Well, I have a K&B 7.5 and new K&B 40 with pump new side exhaust Perry carb long nose. Well, I don't know what to tell you about your connection, Jonathan. I got no control on the internet yet. I wish I did. There'd be a whole lot less BS going on. Okay, so let's sand this and hit her with another coat, and then we'll sand it and shoot it. Now make sure that you get over there and get your 24 support badge. It's stun hanger is different than here. Here has nothing to do with my website. This is just where I can communicate with you guys without typing, show you how to do what I do. This one's got a nice shape to it, boy. I like it. I hope. Yeah, that one does too. That looks pretty good. Nice shape on this one. Remember the criteria on landing gear is 3 ounces. If it weighs more than 3 ounces, it's too heavy. So we got 1.5 ounces per leg. Now that includes wire, door, wheel. So we'll weigh one of these up and see what we got. The only problem is this is one of those things you got to have, just like you got to have an engine crutch. I've only, discovered a way around the weight of an engine crutch recently where I can get them down to 2 ounces because they're normally 3 ounces, just like elevator stabilizer. You got to have that, but normally they're 3 ounces. And they're, what are you going to do? You got to have it. So I have used silk. It takes more dope. It's too heavy. It's too heavy. The good thing I mixed up more than I needed for color on this thing, because I've had a lot to repair. Yeah, can't feel that, so when I shoot it, it will disappear. I've used Monocoat, Silkspan, Coverall, silk, nylon, solar film, Jap tissue, except I can't cover a wing with Jap tissue. I don't know how to do it. I can't get it on without it make it look right. Polyspan. I've used it all, basically. I used to use my mother's scarves to cover them silk scarves. Oh, this is pretty. Can I have it, Mom? Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I got a feeling things are going to get really bad here shortly. So what do we want to do? We want to weigh one of these and see what it weighs. So we're going to gear door. We got to have this little piece of, here's a tip. See that piece of tubing right there? That goes on first on the axle. You can use a wheel collar, but my suggestion is use tubing. I don't know how many times you guys, in competition, you got 8 minutes. And just this year at the FCM, I ran 7 minutes, 59 seconds. And I used that little piece of tubing. The airplane leaned out. I used this little piece of tubing for what it was meant for. It's the brakes. So when you pull on your airplane, it puts the brakes on. You pull it towards you, it puts the brakes on to get it stopped. Because ain't nothing worse than putting in a good flight, a super nice flight, and you go, well, you got an overrun. Shit. Okay, let's see what this weighs without the paint on it. Where's my little thing here? Feels heavier than an ounce and a half. I gotta have them. Let's see what it is. It is exactly, come on, 1.2 ounces. So we got by cheaper than 3 ounces, so that's good. Let's see. Actually, it'll be fine. 1.2. This one weighs. Same. Okay, good. Good. Actually, 1.3. That's okay because it's on the outboard side. So by the time I paint it and clear it, it'll be 1.5 ounces. I'll show you what it looks like sitting on its wheels. Then I'll end the stream because I need to let it dry just a little so I can sand it and shoot the blue on it. I've got to get that soldered on the back there, that tail wheel. Put it on, take it off. Put it on, take it off. Get up, everything's worn out by the time you get it up in the air. This will be flying by the end of the year, though, I think. If we get a chance. I'm not going out there in the cold to fly. You can wait till spring to see its maiden flight. Wait till spring. It's at 50 ounces, 49 and change. So I might as well say 50 as it sits right now. With the propeller. I mean, I don't have the prop on it, but I did weigh it with the prop. So we're looking at 52, 53 ounces. Yeah, they look pretty damn good, really. They look pretty bueno. So let's give you an idea what they look like. We're going to paint it blue. What's going on here? Better get this out of the way before I contaminate the paint job and have something else to fix. So it's a little less than that. Yes, that's correct. That's the brakes. We're gonna have to fix that. I didn't check that. Damn. Yeah, that won't be much to fix. Just sand it a little bit. It's way off. Which way do I like it better? Isn't that a bear? It's gotta go up. What was I thinking? So I'm gonna have to repair this redo this inboard wheel pant. I didn't pay attention. It's off by 1/4 of an inch. Unacceptable. I just remake it. What's going to be the easiest fix? Split that. We got a finish on the outside of that. Grrr. Okay. Let me show you how my thought process works. This one here, I got too low. It needs to come down a shit pile or go up a shit pile, 1/4 inch. I've already got it finished. So how would you fix that and save the wheel pant? Let's see, we got 1/4 inch there. And you want to do it in the least intrusive way. Yep, it's exactly a 1/4 inch off. What the hell was I thinking? Okay, let me show you how to cheat. Cheat. Secrets of a Madman. How to cheat. Well, you get to see how it's made anyway now. Let me change the camera angle. Change the dangle. Fuck was that thinking? I need to look at this one here too. They look about right, but no, 1/4 inch. Shit. Okay, how would you move this wire in this when it's all glued together and it's all finished? Not going to be easy. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this scalpel and slice it down the middle. What was I thinking? Feels like I'm going to get cut here. If nothing else, I just make a new one, but I'd rather save the work of the finish on it. Okay, number 22. You get to see my mistakes. Come on, get around there. There it is. Take this off. Okay, we saved that part. Now we need to save this part. Wayne here, you just got your stud hanger badge. Okay, well, I'll go over there and I'll check it out. All right, I removed the wire and we've saved the finish. Did you post in the thread that you donated, I hope? Okay, so we got the wire off now. Let's see where this is. Boy, it's way off. Quarter inch. That's the inboard side. Be right now. Okay, this is how it's held in. You see the groove in there? It's got that wavy line in it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take out this piece, carve it out, make a new piece for the center, and glue the two halves back together. That way I don't have to go through all the rigmarole of trying to finish it again. Yes, it would. Merkles run just like Super Tigers. Okay, let me go over here and look and see what Wayne says. He just got his badge, so let me go award that so I don't forget. So we go here first. Hit refresh. You got that. Michael Marlowe. Lisa Rice. Okay. Let's go over here and look at this. And go to this support thing. Do me a favor and go in there and make a post and say you donated, so I don't have to look around for your email address so I can award your badges. Let's see, read your messages. Put me down. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, if you could, please post. Well, the Merkel's a little bit, probably a 12.5. And the fuel would be the same thing I use, the Sig Champion style fuel. You know what? I better clean this brush out before it hardens up, because we're going to have to get back at that again. This was an expensive German brush. This is a sign painter's brush, but I'm going to dedicate it to doing dope because it works really good on dope. Instead of those $3 hobby shop brushes, this works really good on dope. Put that there, put the lid on that so in case I knock it over and go everywhere. Now, you guys saw that I had this in the wrong spot. So I've split it down the center. I've got to sand out that center piece so that I can add back a center piece in the right spot, which might be more difficult than you think. So let's see here. We're go to this camera view. Let's get it up this way. I can't believe I didn't check that before I started finishing. Like an idiot. That's how far off it is. Was in this hole, needs to be in that hole. Yeah. Stupid mistake. doofus. But when I'm done here, you'll never know that it was done like this either. It's only wood. And if I hadn't added the dope, I would just make a new pair, but it's already finished, so I'll just make a new center section and glue it back together. Not only that, you'll get to see why the wheel pant won't move. I'll show you that. Okay, we got to get this off here. But I might end up making a new pair anyway. A new set. Idiot. It's stupid. This airplane has fought me the whole way. Like it just does not want to get finished. Poke a hole here, poke a hole there, here a hole, there a hole. Shit. Dust. Yeah. Okay. All right, we have an outside. I wish it was light as this. And we have an inside. So how are we going to do this? Well, my recollection is we'll put this on here like so. Need to drill a hole in it. I just had the damn thing. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. All right, I've got to move this hole down. So I'll drill a hole right here. Now, I got to make sure I get this on right. This is the inboard side. It goes on like so. This goes like this. I better cut it off at the top here. So I can get the thing put back together. I need to bring in my Japanese back saw. That saw is so much better than these junk Zona saws. Okay, so this goes on like this in the center there. And that's in the center. Let's mark it out on the outside. So we're going to put this in the center like so. Okay, let me show you how do you post on Stunhanger? Okay, listen carefully. You donated on Stunhanger. I saw that. You need to register. You need to use your real first and last name so that I know who we're talking to. All you got to do is log in and you can post. Brand new $70. Yes, you got a good deal. And when you post in that thread, that support thread that you donated, and I'll give you a badge. Otherwise, I can't find you. Oh, shit. Oops. Shit. Let me cut this out. I'm trying to do too many things at once here. So we got to go here. Stunhanger has a plethora of information. It's just unbelievable how much stuff is on there. And when it started, it cost me $6.95 a month, and I handled it. I handled it all the way up to $150 a month, but now it's $300 a month. I can't do it. All right. You see that squiggly line? That represents the bend in the gear. So we're going to cut that out. Hopefully I better check it before I start finishing it again though. We're going to put this together, tack it together and check and make sure I like it before I lock it up. This gets glued on like so. The wire gets captured there. This piece goes on the outside. Of course, it gets sanded to shape. All right, so let's put a little thingy on it and look. Put a little cap on it. This twice. I don't want to do it twice. That looks right. Your email address is entered when you register at Stunhanger. Let me know when you got registered and I'll go in and approve you. Now we got another one. I mean, I could chase down. If I can't find you, I can't award your badge, you know. And I'm not going to spend a month looking for you guys. Okay, let's see how it looks with this. See if I got it right. I think I'm going to have to put the door on it to hold it in its right spot. That sure looks. Let me put the door on it. Hold it on there in the right spot. This is being a pain. Yep, you log into StunHanger and you can post. I try to keep, you know, I do not sell email addresses. I don't do any of that spam shit. Let's see how that looks. Is that better? Not really. What the hell's going on? Oh, I see. Yep, that's it right there. That would come up. Let's see, it's on there. Yep. Okay, we got it. We got it. Open forum, very top. Let me give you the home. You got to be on the forum. Open forum. Copy. Paste. There you go. And the exact link to the support thread is this site right here. Copy. Paste. If you're logged in, all you got to do is hit the post button. And you know, I don't know what kind of equipment you're using or whatever, but StunHanger is a pretty friendly website to navigate. Okay, we've double checked this thing. Almost knocked it over. Double checked and triple checked and checked and checked. This gets off of here. Where's my other little hubcap here? Got one there. Don't want to lose those. John made them for me. One there. Where's my other one? Shit. Okay, how this is done. Is it centered now? Get a tack on it. There's how it's held from spinning right there with that little kink in the wire. Wixom CA down there. Wixom CA around it. It'll be fine. Now we'll put the outside on it. Shit. I don't know why shit has to jump off the bench, but it always does. Now, with a knife and cut this back so I get it on perfect. You know, you guys know I like perfect. Perfect is good. Now all I have to do is just a cap, a silk span cap all the way around it. I don't have to redo everything. Of course, it rolled across the room. Can't win. Can't win. All right. Now this piece gets glued back on it. Ain't nothing worse than looking at your airplane at the end of the lines and the wheels are out of alignment. You know, the wheels pants are, one's hanging down, one's farther ahead of the other, one's lower than the other. That's terrible. Drives me nuts. I hate it. And I should have checked that before I, here again, this part of that is from this videotaping shit, me not paying attention to what I'm doing, paying more attention to what you guys can see than what I'm supposed to be doing. But it was an easy fix. And the only difference is we got an extra hole in it now. So what I'll do is take a piece of balsa wood like this, stick it in that hole. CA, let me get some kicker. And then saw it off. All right, it's a couple of minutes sanding, then we'll put it back together and see what it looks like sitting on its wheels, make sure it's right. If it's not right, I'll have to do it again, but if I got to do it again, I'll just make a new one. But that's how forgiving dope, balsa, tissue, you know, it really is forgiving. So don't freak out when you make mistakes, because you're going to make mistakes. You just know how to fix it. And fix them in an unintrusive manner, like I did here. I mean, that was quick. Let's put the wheel on it and set it on its wheels and see if it looks okay. Crap. This was my other little hubcap. Where's my other hubcap? There it is. All right, let's look again. Make sure it's right. Gee, Manette. Okay, let me, yep, I can live with that. That's pretty good. Pretty good. It's the exact same as the other side, so maybe down just a little, but I can sand it up. Let me see here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Pretty good. We need to, I know what it is. I twisted that other one back. So it needs to come back here. I bent that other leg with the pliers. I should have done that before I did that, but we'll get it done. All right, I think that's going to end the program. I got it back where it belongs. Let me look here in the stud hanger back door and see who is posted. You sent me a personal message. Okay. There you go. I got you. Okay. Count settings. You are now a 24 supporter. Change profile. Password. Log in. All right, you get your 24 badge, Wayne. Thank you very much for the donation. There's what the wheel skirts look like. The problem that's going on here is I need to bend that top wire back so that this sits a little more upright because it's down on this side, which is not a big deal. If this is hard, if it was easy, everybody'd do it. You know, I'm trying to build a super nice model where, you know, my airplanes fly pretty good when I just don't give a shit and put them together in 30 to 40 days. They work just fine. When I try to do all this fancy shit, that's when I got a problem. But we'll get her done. So, like, subscribe, and share. If this content helped you, please consider sending a super thanks. The show will be over, but the super thanks icon is that little heart icon with the dollar sign in it. Whatever you want, 2, 5, 10, 20 million, whatever you can do. All right, help me keep Stunhanger alive, and I'll see you after a bit. I'll probably be on again tonight, 7 o'clock. Fair winds, tight lines. See you.